24th, 2025 Helium Miner Update. It is Sunday, coming to you. You can see behind me, got the Wyoming flag coming to you from our Alpine World headquarters here in Alpine, Wyoming. We're about 35 miles southwest of Jackson Hole. It's actually cleared up a little bit here. We've got the Willow Creek fire going on down south of Afton, down to southwest actually of Smoot. So probably about 50 miles to the south. They had Highway 89 closed off for a period of time yesterday because of the fire. A lot of air action. They've got a few helis down in Afton. That looks like they're doing some work there on the fire. It's not contained, about 4,000 acres or so. Not sure what caused it. I'm assuming probably we've had some storms and stuff, maybe lightning strike, whatnot. Not really sure there. Don't want to speculate. But it has been a little bit more, actually less clear than what you're seeing here. Let's go ahead and take a look. There you go. And looking out towards, there's Ferry Peak up there, 9,700 feet. We're about 5,600 feet here elevation. Yeah, we had a bunch more haze from the smoke here, probably just like an hour or so ago. Would imagine we're probably gonna hit about 90 degrees or so today. But again, depends on if the sun keeps peeking out. We were in Jackson Hole yesterday. Pretty cool. Actually, up at Jackson Lake Lodge, Fed meeting was going on. That was Thursday, Friday, yesterday. Today it was over. But yeah, the big Fed meeting there that everyone's been talking about. Jay Powell gave the main remarks. Didn't actually see him around. Did see was it Christine Lagarde, the head of the European Central Bank, and then also there's another fellow, Jordi Gali. He's one of the new Keynesian macroeconomic folks. Saw them wandering around there at the lodge. If you have a chance, it's great. It's about almost hour and a half, probably close to a 2 hour drive. Depends on what the traffic is like in Jackson. But Jackson Lake Lodge, it is past Jenny Lake if you've been up there. So super nice location, great place for a hike. We ended up bringing the dogs, though you gotta be a little bit careful. You are in Grand Teton National Park, and you gotta be a little careful about having just animals off leash, dogs off leash, stuff like that. Though in Jackson Lake Lodge, there was a number of people there that had, I'm assuming, service animals that were inside. So anyway, tell Mr. Maui that they'd probably be a little bit upset. But it was cool to be at that Fed meeting, seeing all the folks wandering around. They keep the lodge open actually while the meeting's going on. So the general public is there. You see a little bit of security and whatnot, but certainly pretty low key. I think it's very like kind of Wyoming-esque. Not as much security as you would imagine. As far as folks talking into earpieces, things like that, or with earpieces, I should say. Pretty cool there, and nice location. Had a nice sunset there of watching the sun set over the Tetons last night. I did make it home around 9. Just a nice day out there at Teton Lodge at the Fed meeting. But anyway, let's get to the update. Crypto has recovered from the lows, though it's still trading at about 112,400 while we're doing the live stream here. A lot of that, the recovery, that was more just, I think, Jay Powell being relatively dovish in his remarks. Looks like that we've got about an 85% chance of a 25% rate cut. And then I think about a 15% chance of a 50% rate cut. So just need to see what's going to happen with the tariffs, because the PPI came in hot last week, and I think that we may not have seen the end of inflation here, just with the producer price index, those numbers coming up, seeing where that ends up transferring over to actual consumer inflation. So we'll see there. But let's go ahead and get to the update. We do have 4 MNTD helium miners. We got one in Kailua Kona. We got two in Portland, Oregon. We got one here in Alpine, Wyoming. And as far as just the other update, IoT, which is what we had been earning on the miners before the helium improvement protocol, trading at 0.000405 dollars per token, which is about even for the week. Helium HNT, which is what we're earning on our miners, $2.63. That's down about 3%. Bitcoin, 112,400, down about 4% for the week. And then also Solana at as far as the miners that we have, going to our Kona miner, that one's sitting in a hexagon with a couple of other miners. And again, like I mentioned on other live streams, or those updates, the hexagon or the helium map divided up into hexagons. And so if you're looking to set a miner up, then you can take a look if there's other ones inside your immediate area. And if you do, then you've got some revenue sharing if that's something you're interested in. Again, and by the way, disclosure, just no financial advice here. We just do this for fun and just a hobby. But anyway, that Kona miner, 0.144 helium tokens for the week, down about 33%, which I was a little surprised at that it was down. I thought it would be down a little more because we had that halving on the helium at the beginning of the month. And so the earnings have been down. So I'm surprised that it's at 33%, not closer to 50% like it was last week. But who knows why that's actually going on right now. We'll find out if that data gets smoothed out next week for the update there. Portland 1, sitting in a hexagon with 5 other miners. That one's in our little office building there in Portland, 0.062 helium tokens. That one is also down about 30%. But again, like I said, surprised it's not closer to 50. Portland 2, sitting in a hexagon by itself at 0.218 helium tokens, and that's down about 28%. So again, surprised not closer to 50, but hey, we'll take it. And then finally, Alpine, rural mining. If you've been keeping up here on these updates, rural helium mining just not doing super well. It had been incentivized last year, but just like our miner that we've got at the place here is in a hexagon by itself, which is good. But there's the miners, the other ones that have been operating here in town, though not much. A couple of them they've been shut down. And so they're not doing any useful work. So we're not, even though the miner's active, it's not doing anything as far as the decentralized IoT system. So we're not getting any earnings on that. So totaling up 7 days worth of helium earnings on the 4 miners, 0.424. That one, a few weeks ago, we'd been closer to 1. Now we're about half, which makes sense since we went through the halving at the beginning of the month. 30-day earnings, going through on that, since that data is now starting to smooth out because of the reduction due to the halving. That Kona miner, 0.920 helium tokens. Our Portland 1 location, 0.391 helium tokens. Portland 2 location, 1.293 helium tokens. And again, just like the 7-day earnings, our 30-day earnings on the Kona miner, big fat goose egg there. And then again, just to get comparing the Portland 2 location by itself versus the Kona location, since just Kona cost of living is higher. There's a little more of an incentive to get those miners, the helium miners, set up. That has been closer to the Kona and that Portland 2 location to equal earnings, but definitely looks like the Portland 2 by itself is now doing better there. So you can compare that to earnings on your miners depending on what kind of location you've got. Totaling all that up for 30 days, I'm getting 2.604 helium tokens. So starting to see the effect of that halving. since we've been typically closer to the 4 to 5 range. That's what happens as far as the lowering of the earnings, doing the halving there at the beginning of the month. And then, as we do here too on these updates, we usually close out with that ROI. And based on Helium at $2.63 per token, our 7-day earnings whopping $1.12. So, like I said, hobby only. Not holding my breath here too far. 30-day earnings is at $6.85, so that's down a little bit too. And being able to take that $6.85, divide by 30 to get a daily rate, and then extrapolate out over 30 days, we end up with, divided by our capital investment, and we come up with an ROI right now of whopping 5.2%. Last week, I think we were in the sevens. Before that, we were in closer to 12 to 13, 14% or so. So 5.2%, I mean, it's not the end of the world, but it's certainly getting to be pretty low. And then some people, folks will ask, well, what about the expense of the miners? And typically the wattage on each one of these is like 5 watts. So not much, it's pretty negligible. But I would say, I mean, even in Kona, where we're spending 40 to 45 cents a kilowatt hour. So, but like I said, no financial advice here. This is just for fun. If you found this helpful, please like and subscribe. Certainly leave some comments down below if you've got questions or want to relay as far as your helium mining experience. And that'll do it. Here, just one more quick look around. Kind of clearing out. See if we got, been getting some afternoon thunder showers. So we'll see. But yeah, just looking here, direction south, you can definitely see some of that smoke haze from that Willow Creek fire. So that is it. Hopefully everyone is having a great weekend, and we will see you for the update next week. Peace. Bye.